First and foremost, I summon Puggins.
Okay, so we had left off with you guys coming back after your either rescue missions and whatnot from the Raiders camp. You guys had came back over to Greenest and spoke to Governor Nighthill, where he showed you where Leosin had left your riding horses that he had promised you. And yeah, he paid you guys your gold. Did you guys all add that to your coinage?
Let's see
What
here.
is
How much did we get paid?
I believe
250.
it was 250.
Yeah.
Yeah.
250.
Each?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
Laura's going shopping. Or at least she's
So,
going to
yeah.
try to go find some healing
So-
potions.
I would also like to go shopping, but I'm going to summon Droop first.
Okay.
And I have no idea what Droop does. And then immediately consumed with the urge to pet Droop.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. So yeah.
So everybody has to make a wisdom save.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Within 20 feet. Da, 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 da. So Nighthill had kept the horses at the dealer's stables until you guys are ready to leave. All costs paid. Um, he tells you that from Greenest to El Terrell is about 6 days worth of travel. It's about 200 miles on horseback. Um,
Did we get
Yeah.
horses too?
yeah, Leosin got you guys some horses as he was talking to Alan on when he was helping him escape. So you guys do have some riding horses. Yeah, I believe that's where we left off last time. Kind of right there. You guys had saved the prisoners, rescued Leosin, got a vantage or scouted through the hatchery a bit, found out what was going on there, and Leosin was wanting you guys to go meet with rendezvous with him and a guy named Onthar Froome at the tavern in El Terrell called A Pair of Black Antlers. Was the last mission. So yeah, I put some options, potential options in there. You guys can come up with something else if you have a different idea. Totally up to you guys, but just thought I'd throw those in there as I was brainstorming. But what would you guys like to do? You guys had just got paid, hanging out in Greenwich right now. Everybody's kind of rebuilding, trying to put things back how they were.
I'm thinking a vest or a little hat.
Fair enough.
Oh crap! I mean
Beautiful.
potions. Potions. That's what we need.
Potions!
Potions wouldn't hurt.
I'm thinking.
Knickknack's priority is a new pair of clothes that aren't as fancy.
Fair enough.
Along all those lines,
Laura,
how about
Laura
we head back
offers
to
to help
civilization?
Knick-Knack with the clothes shopping.
How about we head back to civilization? Maybe something
Yeah.
that's not all burnt down. We can do a little shopping, hit a tavern, get a good night's rest, drink a beer with you.
That's
some
probably
wine,
I-
play
that's
some games.
reasonable.
Everything here's just really smoky.
Yeah, the,
Crasher, you
the-
must also pet doggo.
the mourning the dead ambiance and tightening belts
Crusher's
for
fighting it.
future times without food is kind of bringing the vibe down if we're looking to reset and resupply and get the mood up.
That is true. It is You can see people in the streets as you're looking over Greenest, knowing that you're about to depart soon. And you can see people rebuilding their homes. Lots of them have been destroyed. There is some still standing. People are friendly enough to their neighbors to allow each other to stay. What buildings do remain. You can see that the tavern is luckily mostly survived the night. There's a couple scuffs on it, but they're housing a lot of as many people as they can fit inside. But it is pretty tight living right now. But people are getting to work right away to try to rebuild. A little somber, but things are looking like they'll be okay.
And before we quit last time, we told the leader of Greenest everything we knew about the what he wanted and all that kind of stuff, right? We answered all those questions.
That is correct. Yeah, you showed him all the documents that you found in the commander's tent. He told you Leosin would be a good person to show all that to because he's kind of the resident expert on this activity here.
Yeah, let's head to El Toro.
All right, so we're heading to El Terrell. Everybody.
Sashay away.
All right. So to
Sorry, we were arguing about whether or not how adorable it would be if Crasher would snuggle the dog. And then we look up and see everybody's walking away like, oh shit! He just like arm tucks and just runs after everybody.
fair enough.
Yo, Fuzzy also has to make a save.
Does he have an intelligence
every-
of 5 or higher? I don't
Oh,
think he does.
that's true. He doesn't have the intelligence for it.
So
Wait,
Fuzzy is immune.
He's immune. So an immune, like Fuzzy's just jelly. Now I'm gonna try and make Droop right on top of Fuzzy.
He's going to tear that shit apart.
It's gonna be so adorable.
Do it. Make him eat it.
So with the letter of your deeds that you've helped Greenest with, that Governor Nihil gave you, you guys start to head towards the stables where you have your riding horses lined up and ready for you. You're looking around, kind of trying to gauge what you've got to work with, and you can see that the townsfolk has scrounged up enough things to make rations for about a week that are kind of packed into the saddlebags of the horses, and kind of a last thank you for helping them. You guys hop on, get in your riding formation, and start to trek off. You can see a few of the town's children that were kind of like walking around outside. They're kind of like smiling and waving at you as you start to trot out of the area of Greenest. You guys start heading up through the green fields, up onto the main road, heading towards Burdusk. It's about a 6 days travel, but between here and there, you guys had just recently made this trip in the opposite direction, so it's pretty clear. You guys make it up to El Terrell with no issue. You guys, if you haven't already, can take a long rest. You would have had 6 of them by now. Is there anything you guys would like to have done in that time period with 6 days of travel?
I want to search for anything brewable.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend the
Very
nights that between traveling, pull out my old dusty spell book, blow the dust off of it, and start working on my magic again.
all right.
and training
Um,
Drew.
Yeah, I think Knick-Knack would just be like trying to go over Bum Bum's little journal to try to learn as much about dragons as he can.
Okay. Did you have like specific information that he might know, Bum Bum?
I don't think we ever talked about it or anything. Bum Bum was just like, he was trained to like know about dragons and stuff like that. So he just had a little journal of random stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that's what about Laura? Did you have anything you wanted to do in the 6 days?
Laura would actually be trying to work with Fuzzy to get him to be more like listening to her commands, since like before she couldn't tell him what to do, now she can all of a sudden.
Okay.
But that's
okay.
that's pretty much it.
All right. What about you, Crasher?
Also, not being the dog. My wolf is not a fan of Droop, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
Droop is a fan of everybody,
Yeah.
which is a problem I'm trying to work through. It's just, it's a baby problem.
What about you, Crasher? Did you have anything in mind you wanted to do?
Me? No.
Yep. Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna have you guys do, Alanon, I'm gonna have you roll. We'll just sum it up with one nature check. Let's see what you find. And then Knick-Knack, I'm gonna have you roll.
Can I get
and then-
advantage because of Droop?
No.
Oh, come on.
Knick-Knack, I'm gonna have you roll a You can do investigation or that'd be intelligence. Yeah. So just go ahead and roll me an investigation check, and we'll see what you pick up from there.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right.
Now, are we traveling through mountain area or are we traveling through forest? Because I have natural explorer.
You guys are traveling along a trail. It's a
Okay.
like a main trading trail there, merchant trail, whatever you
Alright.
would call that. Okay. What did you find, Alanon?
Well, certainly not the main ingredient I was looking for. That's going to take a much higher roll. But that's for my end-all, be-all, best wine in the world. Which I've talked to you about that later, Mob. But I do want to like save my high rolls for like gathering materials for like my magnum opus brew that I make.
Okay. Don't know what I did with that.
So like above 20 rolls. I don't know what it's going to be yet. But it's going to be out of some highly classic materials.
Okay, I'm gonna. I can't find this document very quickly, but we'll get back to it. I'll just say you are able to find one set of brewer supplies. Just if you want to take note of that mentally or physically, whatever. I'll get back to you exactly what those ingredients are.
Okay, so it's a set of brewer supplies.
Yeah. And for your investigation check, Knick-Knack, you find some interesting tidbits about dragons that you did not know before. I'm going to give you 2 with your 20 there.
Okay.
you get 2 advantages that you can use for a history check regarding dragons. So if you want to make a note of that,
Okay, yeah.
yeah. Right.
It's actually super convenient because I realized that I didn't have a set of rules.
Fair enough. Yeah, but you guys make it into El Toril. Let me put you guys on this map here.
Was I able to make anything during that duration, or did I just find all the stuff to make the supplies? Which, I mean, that totally makes sense as a druid. Like, I found a tree that, like, make into good gourds. You know what I'm saying? And, like, shape that into gourds. And then I found, like, you know, a good this or that for, like, yeah, you gotta grow my own gourds out of living trees. I'm a druid.
Yeah, this is just for finding stuff. This one specifically. Okay, give me just a moment. I made a oopsie here.
Droop has been bothering Fluffy the entire time.
Fuzzy.
Yes. Well, it's the same problem that we ran across the first time you called him Fuzzy, where I called him Fluffy the whole campaign.
Fair.
Also, I assume there's been a lot of compulsory pettings that have gone on.
Every time Droop has come out, Crash has used protection for good and evil.
Oh, he's a fake creature, so it works.
Wow.
You son of a bitch.
I feel like every time he's like summoned or brought out, like Whimsy just kind of floats over and just like
I feel like Whimsy is like a little bit smaller than Drooper, and like Droop, like Alanon wants Droop and Fuzzy to be friends, so he's like keeps putting Droop on top of Fuzzy's back, and then like Whimsy is also just riding Droop, so it's just like a Droop burger almost, just a really small top bun.
Okay.
It's just all of our pets just trying to get along, except for Fuzzball.
Yeah, I brought St.
Not
George out
trying
one
as hard
time.
as the rest.
I brought St. George out one time. He took a look around. He was like, "No, I got no part of these power games," and immediately went back to Mount Celestial.
Yo, did he roll a wisdom save though? Because he's got a higher intelligence.
but did he roll a wisdom save?
I made sure to summon him far enough away to avoid the effect. I'm used to it at this point.
You're like, it's gotten me 6 out of the 12 times. Like, I'm not letting my fucking owl fall for this shit too.
Let's see.
Laura
What is
doesn't
the
mind
save?
since she grew up around fuzzy animals, so it's just
No,
poor
no,
Fuzzy is like.
I haven't touched that. I haven't touched that pet yet, but
The worst part is that Alanon is probably less okay with it than most of you are. Because he's
That's
just like, this isn't
two-
supposed to happen.
that's two
Like-
22 wisdom saves. I definitely haven't pet him yet.
Whoa.
Yeah, I should probably roll my own wisdom save. Let's roll a couple of these.
Yeah.
You gotta see how well I resist my own pet.
Yeah, at a certain point, we have to get immune to the effect. Just
And
because
that one
how
for
are
the
we
first
gonna-
one.
Yeah, you're fucked. And how are we going to adventure otherwise? Like,
I can just see you pulling out Droop every time we go against a big bad, and just be like, "Look,
honestly,
pet!"
or we could just like rob a bank. We just need to send Droop in first. Everybody gets distracted, slip in,
Yo.
grab the cash and get out.
I have such a high Ilea mindset with Droop in the equation that it's hard to be Al-Anon right now. I'm just thinking of all the terrible, terrible things I can use this adorable creature for, and I'm like, no, it's supposed to be a savior of the world this time. I'm not like a spy that murders people on occasion. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just over here like, oh no, you just trick them. They go and they'd be like, no, that's not how Al-Anon would do things. Just
Wait,
I guess I'm gonna
after the
fascinate.
after the reshuffle, I'm the tallest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's because of that iron job, man. When you were taking all those uppercuts,
You grew
you
inches.
gained some height.
I gained a
Just
couple
about an
inches.
inch or two, you know.
Yeah, it's because my heart grew
Actually-
3 sizes that day, and the better blood circulation just kind of added a little couple inches.
Wait, how
My
how
heart grew
how
3
tall is
sizes,
Drake?
and my spine grew 4.
I think it's like 6 something.
Okay, yeah, cause Laura is 5'10". She's the same height
6'3".
as Sai was. So
Yeah, I'm 6'3".
yeah, so you're still the tallest.
I'm like
3'6".
I'm like a half a bum bum.
Yeah, we just had somebody in the group before that was like 7
Yeah, I'm
feet
6'1",
tall,
so
honestly.
Drake is still taller than me.
Just made me feel short.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
So now
Bum
you're
Bum.
the tall one.
R.I.P.
Okay.
All right.
Sometimes
so you guys
it depends on what the mood is, I guess.
you guys make your way through the farming center of the Fields of the Dead, and you find yourself in the Elter Guard. That is a collection of cities whose capital is Elturel, in fact. You guys are following the banks of the river Chianthar before you come to the main gate of Elturel. You notice before you reach Elturel, like the night before, you're kind of close. But you go to sleep at night, and you've noticed that it's like really bright for it to be dark. Like the people like without dark vision is like you almost get a sense of what dark vision is like. There's this kind of like faint light that just is covering the land, like a full moon. Like a clear sky and a full moon. But as you get closer to Elturel, you realize what that light is coming from. There is a giant ball of light at these. As you're kind of like approaching, you can see this like lower city portion, and then there's this raised upper city portion that goes in the center. And right here, you can see that there's a tall like castle or keep at the tip of that cliffside there. And above that, you can see this giant glowing ball of light. It just kind of makes you feel warm. Like it doesn't actually put off any heat, but warm in the sense of like calming, like a calming feeling that comes over you.
You gotta put that out right.
Drake just takes a deep breath, hears the sounds of people over at the ships and like people in the city and all that, and just finally back to a city.
This thoroughly nocturnal creature, this large light that won't ever go out, is disturbing. Just like, we're gonna like shut that off, right? At some point in time,
No.
No.
like maybe like 12 to 6.
It just means there's no reason to cut the night short.
This is
Yeah.
nice.
No, but the nights should be longer.
As you guys are trotting across the bridge here, we'll say you hear the tolling of bells. Like you hear like sound like church bells almost. You hear ding, ding, ding like a few times as you're crossing the bridge, and then start to hear the city kind of come to life as you're making your way in. What were you trying to say there, Laura?
As they're approaching the city, Laura's gonna actually tuck her wings kind of under her cloak and hide her horns under her hood, so she looks like
Okay.
any other person.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait till we're in the city limits itself, and then I will summon. Because
Okay.
Drew, I feel like if we're looking for something to distract people from what we look like, an adorable puppy dragon. they won't be focused on us at all. They'll just be looking at adorable puppy dragon. So, adorable puppy dragon, go.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a deception check, Laura.
All right.
Can I give her the
Can-
help action if I
I was
notice
gonna
that she's
say-
trying to hide her stuff?
No, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
good. It's a 19.
Okay.
You think Pumpkins give her the help action?
No, I was gonna say, if anything, Fuzzy can be a great distraction. Random wolf running loose in town.
All right. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, so you guys start to, as you get closer, start to smell the scent of like that kind of dirty city smell mixed with like a little bit of a whiff of fresh bread kind of grazes your nose through the stench, but the sounds are just to some pretty inviting, like maybe Drake, but for others like Alanon, it's makes you very anxious. It's loud. You can hear people moving around and things happening around.
Oh shit! This is my first lively city. Yeah,
Sounds of opportunity.
he's very
Yeah.
not okay with this at all. He's hugging
Yep.
Puggins. He's hugging Droop.
No. It's fine. It's fine. This is the sounds of opportunity. This is the life. Come on.
Or I
You've
could just
never
wait
been chased out of
outside.
a town before, have you?
I could just wait outside and then you guys
Chased
can
out of
all
a
come
couple,
back
but it
out.
doesn't make me not look forward to the next one.
Oh
Fair.
well, that's weird. I guess I'll meet you on the other side then. I'm
No,
going
no,
around.
No,
no.
no.
Come on. Don't get
We could just-
skittish. We're gonna.
You go over,
Let's-
it just flies straight up. Like
Laura just kind of sighs.
he's just like 50 feet up in the air now. Be like, I'll be okay up here.
She's like
Uh,
Laura's slightly cursing, going like, "I wish I wasn't hiding my wings right now."
Knickknack's also very comfortable with city life, coming into adulthood and from Baldur's Gate. So he is strutting.
No, Drake's in such a good mood. He's gonna reach back on his pack, and he's got a lute kind of attached to his pack. He's gonna pull it out, and he's gonna strum and play a little bit as he walks.
I would say Alanon is flustered to the point where like he's going rooftop to rooftop, like keeping everybody in sight, but like not trying to be in sight of anybody. He's kind of like I would say it's less like scared of the city and all the people, but more like he's just surrounded by a bunch of stuff he doesn't understand. And so he's like going to where he understands the skies, and so like until he figures more stuff out, he's just gonna watch.
Drake is the exact opposite. He's walked through town. He's kind of doing a little spin, making eye contact with people while he sings a little tune as he walks through, like plucking his lute, trying to kind of get the, nudge the rest of the party members to join in. Sing a song that's like a popular tavern song.
Knickknack is trying to like strut down this runway of a bridge, and he's just completely offbeat and not very in tune with what's going on.
You got it, Knickknack. You got it.
Oh, I know. And he's like fanning himself.
So, where are we going first? Are we going to get some potions? Are we going to get Knick-Knack some new clothes? I mean, like, where are we going?
Well,
Or
clothes
are we
probably
looking for a place to
first.
sleep?
You just hear from a like the roof next to you, be like, "It's fine. I'll find a tree."
Well, we slept last night. I don't think I'm for lack of sleep, but I could use some new clothes. Maybe tailor. And get cleaned up. Maybe hit a place to get some food somewhere nice. A couple tosses of the dice, perhaps, and then get some rest.
Toss of the dice. What, you gamble?
Every chance I get.
Really? Laura's intrigued.
Oh, I mean, I love to live my life on the edge, you could say.
I've lived my life on the edge. It's not that all great.
I guess we'll see what the dice
you get in trouble, I'm not saving your ass.
Fair enough.
Before you guys go, can you direct me to somewhere where there's brewer's supplies? Maybe preferably somewhere in the forest.
We're looking for an alchemist to get potions. Maybe they can tell you.
Okay, I'll follow you. Don't worry, I'll be here.
Are you guys hearing any kind of sound effects going on right now?
We
Yeah,
had sound
a little
effects and then
bit.
it went away.
Yeah, just a slight town activity.
Okay, cool. I can't hear nothing on my end for some reason, but as long
Yeah,
as
it was
it's
there
working.
and then it went away.
Yeah, I hear it. It's really quiet, but that might just be on my end.
If we have to meet our friends at the Black Antler, then perhaps we should run some errands before we meet up with them. Who knows what could happen at that point?
Do
I
we
agree.
all have to meet? Now that I'm seeing the situation, I feel like maybe not all of us have to go. Maybe some of us should stay on the rooftops and keep watch.
No. Alan, it's your first time out of the woods. Come on, join us. Try something new.
And you were the only one that was in that cave.
Ah, yeah, I like caves. This is way worse than the cave was. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You know, sometimes you go in these buildings and it seems like a cave. It's really dimly lit and
That's
smells
that's
like
helping a
tobacco.
whole lot. See, all the more reason for me to stay out here. And don't worry,
I think he
nobody else
meant
sneak in after you guys.
you're the only first hand experience of what's in that cave. Like you have to tell who we're meeting about what you saw.
Unless you
It
wrote
would
it
just
all
like
down.
point at a random humanoid, and I'm just gonna assume it's a different race than all you guys are. It's like, but what's that? Like, just like he just has no idea. Like he's just surrounded by everything he doesn't understand. He's like, and what's that? And it's just like another different type of humanoid that like
It's a
you've never seen.
dragonborn. That's an elf. Like, it's just different kinds of people. Come on.
Well, that's a lot. That's I've already done so much in expanding how many people that I knew existed in the world in the last couple of weeks, and now you're expecting me to like triple, quadruple that in a night? That's crazy. I like roofs. I'm gonna go find trees though.
Oh, you
Trees
mentioned you like to make alcohol, right?
when I'm
Some
stressed,
about like
and I'm very, very stressed right now.
there's this is the kind of place you could learn to make all kinds of different alcohol you've never heard about.
Well, that would be
Also, sampling
impossible
is also an
because
option.
we know how to make all the alcohol.
How will you know until you see?
Sampling? Why would we want to sample it? We just make it.
So that way you can see what tastes the best.
Oh, I've never tried it before.
Laura gets just this grin across her face, like, oh, really?
Well, we weren't allowed to. We were too young, so we had to practice our talents until they were good enough for the adults to say they were good, and then they would drink it all until we were old enough to drink.
Well, now's your time to drink what you make.
Why would I do that?
Because how do you know if you make good booze? If you don't taste it.
Oh, well, I never thought about that. It's mostly about the process for me. It's therapeutic, I think is the word.
Wow. Okay.
As you guys are making your way into town, you find yourself in a dock area. It looks like some kind of dock district, and in fact, you see a sign hanging that says "Welcome to the El Terrell Dock District." The first building you can see on your right here is actually a small like stables area. Yeah, it looks like there's a couple horses roaming around and a bunch of empty stables. It's kind of like a parking garage, I would kind of say it looks like for horses.
Oh, I could just stay with the horses. That's a great idea. Nobody will steal them, and then I'll just sleep with the horses, and everything will be okay.
what is those?
That's kind of gross.
Mhm.
I mean, not the. Wouldn't be the first time I slept in a stable, but I think I'm gonna stay in the inn.
I vote in too.
I do
All
like a
right,
nice
have
bed.
fun, everybody. He just starts to walk into the stable with the horses.
If he starts stinking, would we all agree that we have the right to hold him down underwater until he smells clean again?
Oh, I can just I can take care of that. It's fine.
Okay. Just
Never owned a
Just thought I'd
horse
ask.
before. Should I come up with a name or something for it?
oh yeah, we have the horses. Probably a good idea that Lonan watches them then.
I feel like I just had like a pony.
I've never had a horse before. I mean, my dad had one.
Alanon
My
is for
siblings
sure
had
just
one, but
making
I
excuses up
nope.
not to deal with people. Like he's just like, I would so much rather deal with a bunch of horses than people.
Little does Alanon know there is someone running the stable.
Yeah.
He has no idea that that is a factor in this equation either.
Customers
You're
coming and
100%
going constantly.
correct.
It's also like the parking garage of stables, so it's like customers constantly coming going. There's gonna be people everywhere the whole time.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
he's just like, this is finally my animal, like my animal abode. And he's just like, what the fuck have I gotten myself into?
Okay, so for Crasher, with your perception check there, what you pick up with your keen senses, it's a little all too much to take in, like to notice anything specifically, but you can notice that the right side over here, like the area to your right, is very loud. Like you can hear. It just sounds like chaos happening over in that direction. Up here, like to your north on the cliffside there, it's fairly quiet. The quietest portion of the city so far seems to be coming from that direction. And the area over to the far east is almost perfectly in between. It's got some noise, but not quite as loud as what's going on to your. Sorry, to your west. What's going on to your east? So the left side's not as quiet as the right side, is what I was trying to say there. Add my east and west backward.
So how humanly populated would you say the stables are? Like that'll judge whether we actually trust that.
There looks like there's one man tending to the horses right now.
Drake
that's kind of-
100% wants to head toward the noise.
I'm gonna try and sneak
Same.
past the guy out holding horses.
Okay, well, I didn't catch any of that. What was that for everybody?
Drake wants to head toward the noise like immediately. Like drop the
Okay.
horses off. Here you go, Alanon. Have fun.
Knickknack's like right behind.
I don't even know
Okay.
if I walk into the stable. I might just like hand the reins to Alanon and be like, "Hey, have fun, bud," and then just like
Same.
playing the lute, skipping, twirling around, having a great time, head for the noise.
Okay. And Alanon, you said you're trying to stay with the horses.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to like go into the stables and then just not come back out. Like just like stay with the horses. Cause like this is his first time in like civilization. So it's very much different than a burned out city on fire where like there's a mission to be had, you know what I'm saying? Where there's a bunch of stuff to distract him from like the fact that he's surrounded by people he's never met. Right now he's just in a city that's not on fire and there's just a bunch of people, yes, but for him, creatures that he's never seen before surrounding him. And he is shook.
Fair enough. Okay. What about Laura and Crasher? What are you guys? Where are you guys going?
Laura is actually going to make sure Alanon's comfortable with being at the stables when she leaves her horse with him. And then she will dash to catch up with the others.
Okay.
Because she's like,
You
oh,
just
I've got to
see
see what
him-
they're up to.
He's like cuddled in a corner, like cuddling Drew behind the horses.
Damn it, that plays onto Lorelai's good
I'm
side, but
not
she's
too
not gonna give in.
excited by all the sound, but I'll follow it.
What was
One
that,
at a
Crasher?
time.
I didn't catch either of those. Sorry, guys.
I don't know.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I said the noise kind of puts me off, but I still follow Drake even reluctantly.
Okay.
Yeah, and if they're following me, I'm going really slow, so there'll be plenty of time for Laura to catch up. I'm enjoying the walk just as much as I'm excited to get there.
Okay. All right. So real quick, Al-Anon, are you taking all of y'all's horses into the stable with you, or are you just?
Yeah, I'll find a spot where all the horses can be next to each other and where I can like perch somewhere that I can see them all. But I would like to also perch to where I can't be like seen by other people dropping off their horses. Like trying to get like a back corner of the stable or something where I can just not be bothered by anyone. Because like for him, it's more like he wants to observe before he interacts. Because again, he's just yeah, they act like normal people, but also he doesn't recognize most of these shapes and sizes and dialects and languages and you know the fact that all these people are just so comfortable with all these other strange people when he hasn't even gotten used to the strange people around him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So for
yeah.
him, he's just it's a sensory overload. It's just way too much going on at once. And so he wants to stick with his animals and his new pet and like just hang out.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
like
you get.
there is something that he's trying to hide, but he's not like trying to be hidden. Like he probably would be open to like conversation with like just the stable hand or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like a little one on one. But like he doesn't want to be around large groups of people because he already isn't very trusting and originally. And then you stick him in a bunch like where everybody's bigger than him too. By the way, so
Yeah,
like he's just surrounded by a bunch of bigger things than him that don't make any sense. So he's not comfortable.
for sure. Yeah, you. It's kind of like a free like parking thing. You can see that the guy is tending to the horses a few stables down. He's kind of just he has a pitchfork and he's just kind of moving hay around trying to get them all fed. And you get your horses tied up into the stables, and you kind of are just.
Is he using like high grade feed or is it like regular feed?
It's just like regular feed, just kind of whatever he could scrounge up for the horses there. You start to notice a sign that hangs behind him on the like. There's kind of like a barn area, like an inside part, and on that building, there's a little sign that says 1 copper a day for feed. So basically, it looks like he's feeding all the horses whose owners have paid 1 copper to have them fed for the day.
Would there be any moments to where he's not like in there?
In the building, um,
Yeah.
he's not really in the building right now. It's kind of like there's you got the building, right here, and then like on the right side of that building, it's just like a line of stables going down. So he's kind of
I
like
would
outside near the stables.
after he left after
You're roboting real hard. I can't hear nothing you're saying, man.
up in the field with the different feed seed horses.
All I got was horses. Sorry, man.
Basically, he's waiting for the dude to leave, and then he's going to upgrade the seed and feed the horses with better food.
Okay. All right. You're gonna use like some Druidcraft or something like that.
Yeah, he said he was using Druidcraft.
All right. Cool. 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 All right. Yeah. You are kind of waiting for him. He's for right now kind of meandering around. I'll get back to you, Alanon. And then for the rest of you guys start to continue on the road. You see one of those like signposts that come up and it has like directions on it, you know, like a four-way sign. You can see that the signs that point north and south have they say the road that leads north and south, the sign that follows that says Maiden's Bridge Street, and the one that is east and west says Bayard Lane.
Well, do we follow the Maiden's Bridge or go down the lane?
So what you can kind of see in the distance too to help you make a decision here. You see just rows of buildings everywhere, of course, but if you look down to your the eastern side of Bayard Lane, you look down there and you see like a huge crowd like moving in around an area like over this direction. Looks like something's going on there. To your kind of southeast, you see a lot of workers like look like they're working on the docks or like the shipments that are coming in and out. They look like they're moving things around. And to the west of Bayard Lane, you can see like it kind of follows around the backside of this cliff and heads off into a different area. And then to the north, you just see kind of like your typical like housing district type thing.
Well, let's head to where that crowd's going.
Oh, of course. Where the party's at is where I go.
Okay. I was just thinking maybe we should stop and do a little shopping first before we follow a crowd.
Well, maybe there's a sale.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe there's a whole bunch of places and things to buy just right around the corner.
Okay. My experience, though, crowds are never a good thing. Just saying.
So you guys are heading east on Bayard Lane towards the crowd, you say?
Yep.
Yep, heading for the excitement.
Alrighty.
And knickknack are the reasons why Alan would hate crowds.
Mm.
So it seems to me like Knickknack and Lorelei want to go shopping. Why don't you two just break off to go do that while we check out the crowd?
You
No,
know, that sounds like...
I want to go to the party.
But, honey, you need some different clothes. Like, let's look the part if there's a party.
Prestidigitation on my clothes. Look, they're good.
All right.
Lorelei just rolls her eyes like, I can never win an argument on that.
Bechet as he plays the lute, just working his way down the crowd, making eye contact with as many people as possible, singing at them as he goes.
Laura's gonna, like, slink back to, like, the back of the group and just kind of trail in the back end, like, I don't want to be seen.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys are continuing moving on through the crowd. It's not like a crowd as if something's like something crazy's happening, you know, and a crowd's gathering around. It looks like they're all filtering into this area over here. Before you see a sign that hangs down, that is in the road again, kind of like that omnidirectional sign. You see to the north it says, has an arrow pointing, well, not to the north, further to the east, so directly in front of you. You see a sign that says Shiara's Market. To the north, you see the sign reads Westerly. And then to the south, kind of southeast, there's a sign pointing and it says the Bent Helm.
See, look, it's a 2-for-1.
Oh, that kind of works.
So yeah, you guys have like kind of three directions you can go: north towards Westerly, east towards the Shiara's Market, or south towards the Bent Helm.
Market party.
As
Market.
I said, does it seem like the crowd is at the market, right?
Yeah, it looks like they're filtering into the eastern side where the market is located.
Market probably just opened.
Sounds like a great opportunity. What could we find? The mystery.
Imagine Drake is in here playing the lute and like beckoning people to come follow him, and they get close, and then Crasher growls at them, and they back up.
Fuzzy does the same with anyone who like gives Laura any looks. Like
I'm vibing. I'm vibing so hard, I don't even know if I noticed that Crasher keeps chasing people away.
I feel like it's like Crasher and Fuzzball at the end of the pack, and then everybody like starts approaching from the front, and then Crasher and Fuzzball are both just like, and they're just like, oh shit.
Okay, so as you guys are heading into Shiara's Market, Alanon, the gentleman that has been feeding the horses, kind of goes back into the little barn area. He looks like he ran out of feed to fill the troughs with, so he's presumably going back to get some more.
And he's alone.
Yeah, it looks like it's just him right now, from what you can see.
I would kind of ask. I would be like, do you have barley? I can help you with the rest of it. I have better stuff that I can grow.
You approach the guy. You just fly from the ceiling.
No, I'm in one of the stalls that he's walking past, so it's even worse.
oh god.
At least you acknowledge your awkwardness.
It's
Yeah.
way worse than me just approaching the guy. Like, I'm in the stables, like right now.
So, what you see here, Alanon, you're kind of just hanging out in a stable. You see him walking past. He's got this like kind of like little wheelbarrow, and he's got like his pitchfork hanging in out of the back end of it, and he's just kind of pushing it along, kind of like doing a little whistle. And then you're like, hey, can I help with that? And you just see him freak out. He just falls over. He's like, oh my god.
No, don't worry. Here's Droop. And I just hand him Droop.
He's kind of like freaking out, and he sees this thing kind of like approach him, and then he's gonna make a wisdom save.
God.
Fucking tiny owl pops up out of nowhere. Throws purple.
I may have messed up giving you a.
Dude, this is going to be the most fun for the socially awkward character to have a fucking side pet that just makes people love her.
He gets a 15. He's like,
Okay, he's
hello
sick.
there.
But I still do get a +2 on my persuasion checks.
You do, yeah. So yeah, he's kind of freaked out. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. What are you doing in there?
I don't like people. I'm gonna be honest with you. My friends all went to people, and I was like, I'm gonna stay with the horses. And I noticed that you fed them some relatively good feed earlier, but I grew most of the grains that were out of that, the more healthy ones. I grew them bigger. See? And then he'll like hold out his hand and just have like a handful of like high quality grain.
Okay, yeah, he's kind of like standing up, picking up his wheelbarrow, dusting himself off, and he's like, you know a little bit about the seeds, do you?
He goes, well, yeah, and then he'll cast Druidcraft and just have the seeds just grow out of control in his hand.
Oh, so that's amazing. You know, I have been looking for some help around here. I can't pay much, but I could use a hand if you're just looking for something to do.
Well, my friends have something. Well, I have to go do something later too. Apparently, it's important for me to go talk to this person at a bar. But the issue with that is talking to a person in a bar. I've never been to one of those, but I do know how to through. And so I know that barley is useful and other grains are useful. So if I can grow your higher quality grains, can I use some of the extras to maybe brew something? Because that's what I do to help relieve my stress. Also, how do you deal with all these other strange creatures in the city around
Well, I've lived here in El Terrell for a while, so I guess I'm used to it. What do you say, if you, like, 3 hours of work and I give you 3 copper for your troubles?
you? Is seriously thinking about it, and he's like, "What can I get for 3 copper? Is that the same amount as I can get for grain to make brew?"
He says, I'm not quite sure, but, not, not a, brewer myself, but
How
I
about you
can.
just pay me an excess of grain? And then just sticks his hand like elbow deep in one of the troughs and casts Druidcraft and just grows every single grain in the trough, like as to extensive amounts as he can.
Yeah, he's he kind of looks at you. He's like, looks around. He's like, well, you drive a hard bargain, but I suppose, yeah, that'll be fine. He you can kind of tell with your passive insight that he's like, well, that's a steal, you know.
Yeah, 100%. Like I was gonna say, like he knows that he's giving away free services right now, but he just doesn't want to be around other people, and he wants to talk to this person about other people. So for him, it's a win-win still.
I mean, you're a druid too, so working for trade.
Yeah, I was about to say, and working for trade other than coin just makes more sense for his character. So he's just like, I'm good at this, and I need this, so
Yeah, maybe.
I'll do that.
Yeah, get him to give you lessons on how to work a wagon. That could come in handy.
Well, he's mostly trying to get him lessons on how to work with people because he runs a shop. So he's gonna ask him about like, are all like basically he's trying to figure out if everything that he sees around him is like normal.
I mean, that's
Gotcha.
cool about people versus also you can learn to drive a wagon. Somebody in our group could know how to use land people.
Well, I would probably be the best suited to learn how to do it. So if that,
I
I
mean,
also this
we
is
got
not something my
horses. We're
character
halfway
would
there.
think about because he flies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like it's not something that he'd be like, I should figure out how to drive a wagon. Like it wouldn't cross his mind.
Okay. Yeah. So he's like, he's he's like, let's head into the barn. We'll get started on our work. He's kind of like leading you in.
There are more people
And
there.
no, so it's pretty much just him working right now. As you're kind of conversating, like doing some small talk, he's kind of just asking, where you're from and stuff. I assume Alanon goes on a long spiel about
Oh,
that.
in like his native language too. So like none of the locations are accurate to maps. Like everything he tells him is like he has no idea what he's talking about. All
Okay,
the place names are in Druidic.
okay, I got you. Um, okay, yeah. So you guys are having a little conversation as you're heading to the bar. I'm gonna get right back over to you, Alanon. As the rest of the party makes their way into the market. You see several like stalls kind of lined up. It's kind of like a like a bazaar out of Aladdin kind of situation, and not quite so that region themed, but like several like booths set up just everywhere. Kind of people selling all kinds of weird different things. Some selling like food items, clothing items, weapons, all kinds of stuff.
Oh.
Just an absolute trade haven going on right here. Um, let me
Laura's like,
see.
shopping, yes! Like, this is why I come to the city. just to get what I need.
For sure. You do notice one thing as you're entering the city. This might be bad. I don't know.
Oh no.
Uh, so you're kind of like walking past this like fence area, kind of like around a house, and you just see a kitten, just a little kitten sitting on the fence post and just kind of hanging out. How do you guys? You guys got like what
It needs a home.
two K9s with you?
Oh no.
Yeah.
But well, being how Fuzzy was raised in a family of tabaxis, I don't think he's gonna go after a cat.
Okay.
I barked up.
Okay. Yeah, you just hear ring around and it just flees off, like totally terrifies it. The cat runs off. But yeah, just ahead of you, several.
I mean, Fuzzy would have growled at the cat if Laura had tried to pet it, but Laura knows better than to pet a cat. she'll
Fair
actually
enough.
think petting a cat is rude from
Fair
her
enough.
family
That is-
standpoint.
Drake puts his loot away.
Works
in
out
his,
that Al-Anon-
in the case, back on his pack, and enters the market.
All right, yeah.
Same.
Laura,
I'll glance back at the others. What are we looking for? Anything in particular?
we need
We're
potions.
just here to peruse.
Potions. Knick-Knack said that he wanted some different clothes for traveling, because let's face it, those shoes are not gonna work if we get in another mud camp thing. Sorry, honey.
Knick-Knack's
but-
already like at a clothing booth, like looking through like a rack of clothes.
I'd like to get some arrows and some potions, definitely, just in case, because y'all lost people when you guys were fighting before, right?
Yeah, R.I.P. Bum Bum. And Al-Anon.
It's funny because the two people you promised to buy rats for died.
Not true. One of them is still alive. He's just hidden.
What?
Al-Anon also requested rats.
Yeah, the first Al-Anon, not the second Al-Anon.
The second Al-Anon for sure has mentioned that he wants rats. Oh no, I guess this one's been more about eyeballs.
Yeah, this
Okay.
one's been eating everything eyes.
Rats are also good though. You guys just chill.
Hey, Sai just, cost Crasher, cost Drake money, so he's like, yeah, that's
Speaking of
one
which-
losing bet I don't have to ever worry about.
No, not at all. Not at all.
If we were in the barn at any given time and a rat was by, that was going to be a very surprise.
Yeah, I think thoughts of lost companions will probably happen when Drake finally has a moment where things are quiet and he's alone, which is probably why he's not really wanting to be alone right now. He's just seeking out noise, looking for the party, trying to focus more on that.
Distraction.
Absolutely, defaulting to my most comfortable state.
All right. So
Yeah, so Laura's gonna go look for a potion vendor first, see if she can haggle her way into getting some cheap healing potions or something interesting, possibly.
okay.
Sorry about the noise, drop a phone.
It's alright.
I'm looking for anywhere that's selling the weirdest stuff, like just like how did you get a booth here? Weird.
Let's get fucking weird.
Oh boy.
I like that idea.
We're making Mob, so think on his feet right now.
Oh, you're good. I got this. Okay. So, I'm gonna start with Knick-Knack first here. He knew what he was going for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you find a little shop that has various, like a little booth that's got various, hanging clothing items. You see some cloaks, variations made of leather, your common thread. and you see one that's kind of like got fur around the edges.
Ooh.
You see some pouches, robes, and sacks kind of lined up on a table, and a couple pairs of boots, and you see some dresses hanging up across the other side.
By all accounts, Knick-Knack should be just looking for like some commoner's clothes.
Okay.
But there's no way he would ever buy commoner's clothes. So he's looking for another fine outfit, even though that's completely not what he needs.
Okay.
Knick-Knack's the kind of guy's like, have you ever been to the
Like,
cloud district? What I'm saying, of course you
yeah,
haven't.
if he sees like some fur-lined stuff, like he's not looking for like trapper furs. He's looking for like bougie.
Okay. All right. All right. So what you find is
Maybe some stunner shades.
I for sure don't see Knick-Knack wearing anything. I only see Knick-Knack fabulous.
Knick-Knack will always look fabulous. Although I am tempted, out of character, to have Laura go buy some really bougie-looking leather boots for Knick-Knack.
Is Knick-Knack looking for more of a dress or suit type fine clothes set?
Perfectly in the middle.
A little bit of both, baby.
A little bit of both.
You gotta have some for one occasion, some for the other.
All right.
This is obvious. This is obviously just suspect. Like
It's like Randy.
like let's say Randy hasn't made a decision at all yet. But like
You
how
you know
I see Knick-Knack is that like if it looks fabulous, it's going on my body.
you know that meme of like the chick sitting on her bed like ready to go in the fur jacket with the glasses on.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what Knick-Knack's looking for at this point, I think.
Spur jacket.
Okay. So
So anti.
Technically, you wouldn't need a full size fur coat because you're small.
True.
all right. So what you find is you're kind of like checking out all, giving everything a good look in there. You know, see if it fits your taste. Aside from like some boots that are pretty cleaned up, you know, they look pretty good. You don't see anything too crazy, but then you look up behind the counter where you would pay at, and kind of like folded and pressed neatly, and hanging from a specialized like hanger behind the checkout counter, basically. You see two outfits, one kind of more masculine and one more feminine, um, like hanging just behind. They look like they're a premium product. The first thing you see is the more masculine type of attire. It's a short-sleeved jacket, so it's kind of like just goes over, you know, but it's covered in white fur around the chest area, and has this like gold threaded top like around the neck part.
You're speaking my
The
language.
the
You gotta get the short sleeve jacket. That's the most useless invention in human history.
it comes with a like this really elegant looking purple shirt with a woven like kind of flowery type pattern, uh, engraved, embossed or whatever the word is for that into it. Uh, and it comes with these really nice like kind of off-white pants that have like these patches stitched on to make it look kind of like a designer type of type of pants made. And it's got these strings at the where it would go into your boot that you could tie it up to make it look real tight around the lower legs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The more feminine attire is it's a relatively simple dress, but it's got this these layers of fabric that kind of hang off from the lower body area, where it kind of makes these like almost translucent like patchworks of cloth that hang down. It's this really deep emerald green, and it has these white like truffles around the neck and the wrist area. It looks like it's made out of some really fine silk.
It sounds like it would go great with the jacket.
So, how much for those hanging up back there?
She kind of looks at you, the lady at the counter, and she kind of looks up. Her first instinct is kind of give you like an eyebrows raise, like you can't afford this. But then she sees how you're dressed, and she kind of like turns into a smile. She's like, "Oh, honey, I see we got someone that has an eye for some good clothing." Uh, she looks up at those outfits, and she turns back and says, "Oh, those are going to be our expensive line, honey. Uh, for those, the dress you're looking at 12 gold, and for the suit like attire, you're looking at 15 gold."
Yeah, I'll just take both of them.
So my, we have a big spender in town today, don't we?
Oh, it's not. It's not. I just need something else for when I go out. You know.
Okay, okay. She kind of takes them down as you're getting the gold out, and she lays them in this kind of like paper material, and kind of folds them up so as to not get them very dirty. And she exchanges the gold for the clothes, and you have both sets.
And so that was 25 total, right?
That is a total of 27.
27. Cool.
Yeah. They don't have any like shoes to go with it, but you do have the fine clothes though.
And you have all night.
So I'm just gonna put 2 more sets of fine clothes in my inventory. Cool.
All right. So you got your clothes. Laura, you said you were looking for some potions, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you come to a you come to a little potion booth. Yeah, they have all kinds of different potions labeled with various different things. I'll tell you a few of them you see. You know, you see your common like your common potions like
Yeah, she's more exactly looking for just common healing potions.
okay.
Can I retrospectively say I gave 250 gold to her to also buy potions for me? Because I was not leaving this place.
Well, Laura would have made it clear over the last few days she was buying potions for everybody on her dime.
Yeah, I just want more being the healer. I just want extra stuff
Fair.
for everybody's pockets. So, like, if you're buying potions, obviously he's going to invest in you. So
Okay.
that's kind of where where my head was at. I was just like, because I was thinking about saying it before, but everybody was talking, so I didn't want to interrupt anybody. But
Oh, that's fair.
like, I wanted to give you money to get me some extra potions to give to people.
Laura would
Alright.
say just like, give me 100. Don't give me all the money you just got.
Oh, how much did we get paid for
He's
the
a
missions?
druid. He doesn't care. He's going to give you 250 to buy potions.
All right.
I can heal with magic, and it literally costs me nothing. So, like, I would
Laura
rather
can heal
spend the
with
gold
magic
on-
too, but she only has 3 spell slots, so.
Yeah, it was like obviously our material values are like for me and the rest of the party are greatly different.
Okay.
Like he doesn't care about money like you guys care about.
All right. So as you're kind of looking through the potions, you're kind of taking a look at the labels on the bottles. You see, you know, antitoxin, like some oil, sharpening oil. You see a couple potions that like surround the healing potion section that stand out to you. You see one that's labeled as Brew of Babel, and you see one that says Quenching Pilther, and you see a final one that says Potion or Invisible Ink Writing.
Well, Laura wouldn't be interested in the invisible ink writing, but she knows that one of her siblings would definitely be in for that. She's got 10 siblings. You can guess which one that's for. I would probably say she'd be. That Potion of Babel does get my interest. How much for the Potion of Babel?
So for that one, the merchant would charge you.
I will also say for your own character knowledge that I have no idea what anything costs in this world. I just gave you a bunch of money and said potions.
Yeah. You handed that to the chaotic good character.
So the merchant tells you that he'll take 250 gold for it.
Oof. How much was it again? Sorry.
250 gold is what he said he wanted for it.
Oh, there's a hard pass right there. I'm looking for just some common healing potions. You know, just something basic. Doesn't have to be great or anything like that.
Kind of tinkers around and like grabs a couple bottles, and he just pulls out these small vials of red liquid. Like I have 3. He's
How
gonna
much
run 50 gold a
for
piece.
50 gold apiece?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. So she'll drop down 150 gold on the table.
Okay. So yeah, you get a 3 just basic healing potions.
Three
All right.
basic healing potions. And then she's also going to go take a look over at some weapons as well, because she does have her bow, which, you know, her dad made for her, but you never know what you're gonna find.
For sure. Okay. As you're heading over there,
I wouldn't be upset at a moon touch weapon of some sort.
I'm gonna cut over to Drake, and I'll come back over to you there, Laura.
No problem.
All right. So you're looking for weird stuff, huh?
Yeah, I mean, if you just want to toss something into a random item generator, I'm just like looking for the one that has the stands out the most, really.
Oh no, I got you, man. I got a list here.
Okay, okay. That's kind of what I'm going for.
I mean, he was at least ready for the randomness. Like,
And that's
he
kind of
had
the
to.
that's kind of like the benefit of being this weird warlock wizard combo I've got going on is that I don't really need anything in particular. I'm just looking for stuff for fun.
All right. So
Do need to see my tailor before we leave town, though.
You know people here?
Yeah, this is where I was hanging out before I ended up in Greenest.
Have they figured that out?
The rest
All
of the people
right.
in the party?
Probably not.
I mean, I
The rest
definitely
of the
haven't been
people
lost.
here.
I definitely haven't been lost. I've just been walking. Well, I mean, 2 players, their characters met me. We met here before we headed to Greenest, so they're just not around
The
anymore.
joke was that like you're a changeling that always changes his shape.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
No,
You know,
this
like,
is
oh, do they know that though? Like,
this,
they're like,
this
you're
has
like,
been my
no,
persona
actually.
for this has been my persona for some time. I haven't been forced to change it in a while. So, and I have a tailor in almost every town, to be honest.
God. You
All right.
introduced your tailor to Knick-Knack.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it does a little more traditional style, but if you're looking for a suit, I can help you out.
All right. So the first thing you come across is you're kind of like perusing through the different booths here because so far you haven't found anything that's just crazy, but you do find a couple booths that catch your eye. There's a man in a booth, and he's holding like there's a bunch of cages behind him, and he's kind of holding an animal. You can't really tell what it is from your angle here. He's kind of holding an animal in his lap. He looks like he's some kind of animal salesman. You see a woman that seems to have like a case full of gems that she's selling. And you see one other guy that kind of stands out too. The guy just looks weird. He's got this like he's kind of got like this gray hair that runs to the left side, but he's kind of missing a pretty substantial portion of his hair on the right side. He's got like one eye kind of like permanently almost closed, and he's kind of just got this like weird like lip thing going on. It's like you're just kind of watching him for a second, and he like just kind of like has this twitch in his lip, and he's got just like a roll, like a kind of like a bedroll rolled out onto a little makeshift table, and it's just got just various random items on there.
Okay. I'm gonna look over at the person with the pet. Super curious what that looks like, but I'm already walking toward the guy with the cloth laid out and the weird hair.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of stop by over at the man with the pet. You can see behind him, he's got several like little like pets, like your normal things like cats and little puppies and stuff like that he's selling. But you notice as you get closer, you can see into his lap now as you're kind of looking over the table in front, and you see he's holding this like pretty big rat in his hand. He's just kind of petting it, and he kind of looks up and he just kind of smiles at you. He's like, "Oh, hello. You interested into finding a friend?"
No, I have plenty of friends. I was looking at your rat though. Nice rat, and I'll go ahead and continue walking.
He's like, he's very special. Okay, and he kind of start to walk
Wow.
by. As you're walking away, you move towards the strange looking guy, and he kind of like is just staring off like past you into the market. He doesn't even seem to acknowledge your presence.
I'll kind of like weave to get into his eyes. Say, hey, my friend, you You selling anything interesting here? What's your story?
It just takes him just a second longer than it should have, but he's just like, oh Christ, you can't sneak up on me like that, man.
Oh, my apologies, good sir. My apologies.
So it's quite all right. You're looking to buy some of my fine wares today, sir.
Well, perhaps. What do you have?
He just kind of starts staring out in the distance for a second. So right. What do we have here? Let's see. He kind of like starts rummaging through this bedroll.
Drake is immediately follows the view of where he's looking toward as he looks out into the world and okay, yeah. What's up?
Yeah, you can tell he's just like looking, just people walking by. He just kind of zoned out for a minute. Let's see. What does he have here? There's my list. Okay.
Dragonfly. Don't do but one. I'm another dragonfly.
So you can see the first like section of items is just like 3 like brass bells and a candle like sitting in just an odd placement. Like it kind of looks like it was purposely put the way it was, but it's just kind of odd. You can see a vial of liquid just beside that. You see a lute that's missing like 2 strings, kind of set beside that. You see a little box that has like a handle. It's almost like a jack-in-the-box type of thing, but it's like a lot shallower. You see a dagger that just has like a chunk taken out of the middle of it, like it was hit on like another piece of metal or something.
Oof.
And and then you see a ring that's kind of like this. It doesn't look like it's actually silver, but some kind of like pewter or some kind of metal like that. And it's got this like weird like gem that kind of like as you walk by it, the color changes in the light. And then you just see a simple pair of brown pants next to that.
Most interesting. I like your stuff.
Ah, thank you. I actually, I bought this from a friend.
You bought all of this from a friend.
Yeah. He was in the market earlier today. I don't know where he ran to, and he just starts to stare into space again.
Well, to my eye, does any of this have any kind of like strange or alien feel to it? Something that would give me an idea that this could be a magic item, or is this just like a bunch of bits and baubles?
I'll let you, depending on if you're looking more like magical stuff or just like,
Yeah, anything that's got like a magical aura or anything to it.
Okay, go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me.
I can do that. Dirty 20.
Ooh.
All right. So you're kind of looking around with a deeper look. You notice one thing about the box. It's kind of like this. It looks like a jack-in-the-box type of thing, but you realize that the handle doesn't really have a mechanism. It's just kind of like a loose spinning, like piece of metal that kind of is like an L shape coming out of it. If there's anything interesting at all, that's probably could be magical. If there's that actually does something. You look at the ring, and you see that the way the crystal is like reflecting light, it doesn't seem normal. Like it's not like a diamond or a like a quartz crystal. It's kind of like this like on a car that they have that iridescent paint on there that kind of like is black and it'll turn like orange in the light. It's kind of doing
Yeah.
that type of thing. And then finally the pants, you kind of like inspecting them a little closer, and they have this like strange feel to them. Yeah.
Interesting, sir. I see a couple items here I might be interested in. You mind if I inspect them closely?
It's, you break it, you buy it, okay?
No, I understand. I won't break anything.
Says right then, and he just starts to take this like little like butter knife type thing, and he just starts like wedging it into his teeth, and he's kind of just like looking up into space again.
Something I love about you, sir. You seem to be a shrewd businessman. I'm gonna kind of make like a point of like getting my eye kind of close to the item and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to stretch this out as much as possible. I would like to. What to go for? I would like to ritual cast identify on the box or the handle at least, like if I can. I'm just gonna make a big show of looking at it. I'm not gonna open it. I'm not gonna try to like fiddle with it or anything. I'm literally like holding it close to my eye, kind of looking at the angles. I'm doing all. I'm just making a huge show performance out of taking a long time to look at this thing.
How delicious is the rat?
Okay. Yeah, you're taking a look at it.
I'll have to tell my friend Alan on about the rat I saw.
So yeah, you're looking at it and casting identify.
Yeah, kind of mumbling down low. I'm sure to this guy this seems like completely normal behavior. And
Oh, yeah,
if anything, I might be even kind of pretending like picking up on his mannerisms a little bit, being a changeling. So I'm probably looking a little eccentric myself as I'm checking out this box.
Okay. Yeah, you are taking a look at it, and you see that the part that goes inside of the little wooden box has this like notches on them, and you look inside of the hole that it goes into, and it's kind of like this crystalline structure there, and you realize that as you turn this box, you start to kind of mess with it. It like kind of just opens the lid and starts barking at you. Like you realize it's an illusion spell. It's casting a minor illusion as you're turning it. It's just this barking noises.
Oh, wonderful! This is amazing. I think I might know some children that would like this. I'll set it aside. Yeah, I'm gonna repeat it. I'm gonna repeat this 2 more times if he's gonna allow me to like look at each item and take my time with it. So I'm spending like 30 minutes at this booth, slowly inspecting these 3 items. I don't know what if everybody else is gonna catch up to me or anything, or what.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm spending a little bit of time here figuring this out.
Okay, we'll skip around. I will tell you before we skip off. He's kind of like looking at you as you're talking. Like you almost get a feel that he's looking past you almost, but he's looking at you, and he's like, "Oh, well, check this out!" And he turns it over, and there's a little switch on the bottom. And he flicks it, and he just starts cranking the shit out of it. And it goes from like a little, or kind of like a louder dog bark type of sound, and it starts to sound like a chihuahua barking, like a smaller dog.
How amazing! That's amazing.
But
You said you bought this from a friend.
yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, of course.
I'd love to insight check this guy.
I would love you to insight check this guy.
Do insight check this guy.
It's not great. You know what? Actually, I got him. Let's use him. I'll luck that.
Okay.
Actually, the insight counts. Is that counted an ability check?
2%.
Okay. Then I put my hand out and I rotate my hand and time reverses. I'm gonna actually chronal shift it instead.
Okay. I forget what these do, so you'll have to remind me.
Chrono shift is as a reaction. If after I find out, after I find out that I have too low roll, I can. So I guess I'll wait and find out if the 10 is good enough. But if the 10's not good enough, I will. After finding out, I can turn back time and do it again, basically.
Okay.
Chrono shift
but it's
is silvery barbs that you can also use on yourself. That's
Yeah.
basically what chrono
Yeah.
shift is.
Yeah. Okay. So you
Silvery barbs 2.0.
so you kind of are trying to get a read on this guy. Like, obviously something's up, but you're not able to put your finger on it.
okay.
But
Yeah. Then I'll chrono shift that and be like, no, I need to see that look in his eye again. Hold on, and I'll turn back time about 5 seconds to see if I can get a second glance.
okay. Okay, go ahead and roll it up.
Oh, that's even worse. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
The
it was
more
now
you
nothing.
look at this guy, the stranger he seems, like the harder it is to get a beat on him.
Honestly, that feels normal for this guy, so I'm just gonna go with that gut feeling. He's some off. So, okay.
So we'll cut over back to Laura real quick to pick up her things, and then we might cut back here.
All right.
So you were looking. Remind me again what you were looking for.
She was going over to look at some weapons and possibly to buy some new arrows because she's got her bow that her dad made, but she knows he's a good blacksmith, but gotta you never know what you can find. She appreciates craftsmanship when she can find it.
Okay. Is there any kind of specific weapon you're looking for? There's a long list, so we'll probably try to narrow this one.
She's looking at longbows and short swords, mostly. Because she has her standard 2 short swords, but, she might be wanting to upgrade those or her longbow for something that's a little better.
Okay, so as you're kind of looking around the various weapon booths that are here, you find just like it's a functional longbow, but you could do a lot better. And that one was going to run you 75. No, 38 gold. I was right the first time. You find your average run-of-the-mill longbow for 50 gold, and you find one that has these silver inlays and like a kind of like a vine pattern down the edges of the wood, and the wood like looks like it's made of like a fine like mahogany. That one is going to run you 75 gold.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if that's like magical or enchanted in any way?
You most certainly can try.
Ooh, that was dancing for a minute. That almost was on the 1.
You're kind of looking it over, trying to get a gauge on it, and nothing stands out to you as magical about this. Just very fine artwork that's been put into this specific bow.
Pretty, but it's not pretty enough to replace Dad's crafting work.
You happen to find a moon-touch scimitar.
That's why she was also looking at short swords.
Don't even worry about it. Just buy that shit. I know there's someone that's looking for one.
I'm sure Alanon would have mentioned something about weapons or anything, knowing Laura's shopping
Yeah, it would have been like I want potions, but also like I don't have any magical weapons. That would have been basically the conversation. Like,
yeah.
My shit doesn't work against anything. So a sword would be cool, shield would be dope, potions would be the best.
Well,
Good luck. I'm gonna hang out with horses.
Yeah. She's got 3 potions, so she knows she's got the potion part taken care of. It's not great to have more than, 3 potions, but she'll take what she can get right now. So she's not seeing much that's catching her interest, and probably doesn't see a moon-shaped scimitar for Alanon.
So the best you can find in the way of short swords, you find this rusty old short sword that looks like it's gotta be dull, but it would do the job with a little sharpening. That one is selling for about where did I see that?
The shop has been a goddamn ripoff so far.
This one is running at 3 gold for that one. You see, like your average normal short sword, kind of looks like it's freshly forged from the blacksmith. It is going to run about 5 gold, or yeah, 5 gold, and then you see one that has like this kind of like engraving of like a almost like a Chinese style of dragon running across the length of the blade that runs for 8 gold.
Ooh, she likes the dragon one. She doesn't care. That's worth 8 gold.
It is way cooler.
Yeah, it is way cooler.
That's way cooler than the sword any of us have right now.
Yeah. Well, being how's like she's determined to kill a dragon at some point in her life. She just doesn't know why she's interested in that so much. But yeah, so she'll get she will get the sword that has the dragon on it. But she's going to inquire about the rusty blade that she sees right there of like, why are you selling that thing? And like, you got pretty work right here. Why this?
So this is actually through like various different booths.
Oh, okay, different vendors. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, if this was all at one guy, she'd be like, "You got great stuff. Why this piece of crap?" Okay, so she'll buy the rusty blade, because she knows she could probably make some work of it, or she'll find a blacksmith and get it, touched up. Doesn't hurt to have an extra blade on you, and she's definitely getting that dragon sword for herself. So that's okay. So we got 8 gold and 3 gold, so that's 11 gold. She's spending right there.
And knick-knack.
Yeah, you're munked out now. So that's
What color did you say the dress was?
Like a deep emerald green.
Deep emerald green. Perfect. Did it have like it had flowers on it, right?
That one. No, that one didn't. That was the suit version.
Okay.
Yeah. The dress had like these like ruffled piece of like see-through cloth, kind of like ruffling down from the skirt part or the dress part, and then had like these white truffles that ran across the neck and the arms or the wrists of the dress. Crasher, was there anything you were looking to buy while you guys are here? Or are you just kind of along for the ride?
So we got
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be following behind Drake. If we ever come across like a vendor selling meat, then I'd buy some.
Well, my friend, I think
Is the guy selling a big rat?
Not a big rat.
There was for sure a big rat. There's one of us that is definitely interested in it. He doesn't know about it, but would be very interested.
That checks out.
I don't think anyone would be selling meat. Maybe some like bread, like snack type foods, but probably not meat here, I don't think.
Oh,
Yeah, unless one of those bread got meats in them.
was the rusty weapon that Laura got a dagger, or was that a short sword as well?
That was also a short sword.
Okay.
Yeah, no meat, unfortunately, that I'm seeing here.
Yeah, no. I don't think I could afford magic items. There were any.
Yeah, like the best you could do is moon touched.
Some adventuring gear you could probably get on some like.
So you get tools. 500s when we start getting good magic items. But like Moontap's just still just good to have a magic item. That's why I was into one of those.
All right. Well,
But I wasn't. I was growing barley.
so Laura and Nick Nack, where you guys headed? Are you guys gonna do some more shopping, or are you gonna try to meet back up with the rest of the party?
Um, once Laura sees Nick Nack and sees what he got, she will inquire about, like, did you get some traveling boots this time?
They didn't have any shoes.
Are you kidding me? Shoes are so common. Honey, we're getting you some goddamn leather boots. I swear to God.
Ew.
We'll make them pretty.
Oh, it's like jewels?
We could. I mean, just, we don't want to dirty up your pretty outfits, your pretty shoes, now do we? That's the whole point, right? We were supposed
Nick
to,
Nack's fully wearing the dress right now, by the way.
I mean, I love the outfit. Like, it's really working for you, but
Are you wearing the coat with it? Because I feel like the coat would go great with the dress.
No coat right now. It's a little too stuffy for the coat.
That's fair. That's fair. Even though it is only a half jacket, which is, of all the jackets, the most useless.
It's crop top.
It is.
Nick Nack, honey. All right, you know what? We're gonna go find you some beautiful looking travel boots, so that way, we don't get your good pretty shoes dirty, because I think this is not gonna last very long on the road. I'm just saying.
I mean, I guess.
I'm just looking out for you, sweetie. I mean, I have a sister that's pretty pretentious, so she loves the fine, pretty stuff. And let me tell you, she hated when Mom make her go do laps in the yard wearing her pretty shoes. So I get it.
It really is just the heels, I think. I don't mind if they, because I can just kind of clean them. But the heels, they kind of stick up a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we could get you some, like, leather boots with, like a good, like, 5-inch heel on it. It's nice and thick, so it's, like, it's comfortable, but it's also stylish.
But see, I think that's the problem though. Is the heel? Maybe I just need some nice flats.
We can get you some flats. I mean, I kind of had an idea of, like, taking some furs or something and, like, weaving it into the leather, themselves and making it look all pretty. But also functional. Functional is the key there. Hell, I could try to my hand at it. I mean,
I
that
think
did
she
teach
should
me
get
some
caught.
leather working. I mean, if you
Yeah,
want.
Can I also look for a new little hat to give Duck Duck?
Yeah, definitely.
and one
First,
for
you gotta work the fierce angle.
one for one for Al-Anon too.
Okay.
Wait,
Alright,
what'd you get?
I'm looking for a little hat.
Hats prowling
God
on.
damn it.
Yeah. We'll cut back over to see where what kind of hats you can find.
Hats and
Al-Anon,
boots.
Al-Anon, it's been a little while now. You're about halfway through the work you got to do here. Are you planning to try to build up the confidence to go into the city anymore, or are you still just chilling?
Nope, I'm fully separating out brewable grains from edible grains, and like I'm separating out the barley and growing up like the good to eat like wheat and stuff like that for the horses, like separating out the barley and stuff that I would use to brew, and like
Alright.
just doing that, like putting it into like a brewing chamber while I'm like working.
Okay.
And like just basically brewing while I'm just feeding all the animals. Like I'm no longer discriminating between horses. Like all these horses are getting like the best food right now. Like I'm just like I kind of like took it upon myself. he isn't bothering me, and there isn't other people bothering me, so I'm just taking care of these horses and like trying to brew some beer.
All right. I just wanted to check in with you there. Drake, we'll come back. Crasher, by the way, if you can think of something you do want to buy, just let me know, and we'll see what we can find for you.
It's a shopping episode, everybody.
But Drake, you were in the process of inspecting some more items. You've just finished looking over the next one. Did you want to take a look at the pants or the?
Yeah, I'm gonna go as far as I can go. Keeping small talk with him the whole time, of course.
There's the pants and the ring, right? Those are the two things. Okay.
Yeah, specifically the ring looks worthless. I'm really focused more on the gem. Is it just a trick of the light, or is there something more to this?
As you're taking a look at it, you are looking at it, and you're kind of like, there is some element of like you moving it into the light, making it like kind of shift colors or hues a little bit. But or as you're looking at it, you're kind of, without realizing it, have slipped it onto your finger. And what kind of emotion are you feeling right now?
This motherfucker just got a mood ring.
Right. Honestly, I think at the most that I'm feeling right now is probably just being entertained by this old man. And just really curious. Honestly, I think I'm overcome mostly with that.
Okay. Yeah, it kind of turns this like blue turquoise color, the gem does, and you notice that the ring starts to kind of like close in, like it seems to have gotten smaller, and like just around the tip of your finger, just fits perfectly right there. But
Uh-oh.
at the same time, you feel like you could press it farther down, like it seems to be fitting to your hand. So basically, yeah, you got a mood ring. So the gem changes with a minor illusion depending on your mood, but also the has a mending effect that adjusts its size as you put it on.
Interesting. I think I might be interested in this one. You mind holding it onto it for me? I don't want another customer to come up and take it.
Yeah, that's like one of those really like it's like the billowing cloak. That's just like something really cool to have. Like
He kind of looks around and he like just grabs it out of your hand real quick. He's like, I can't hold it for long, so be quick with your
Okay. I mean, just a few more minutes. I wanna look closely at these pants, and then I think I might be ready to cash out.
All right. We'll go ahead and just go through the pants here. You're looking at it. You're taking a look. It's got this weird feeling to the thread that it's made out of. You're spend like almost the whole 10 minutes trying to figure out what this does. It's definitely seeming magical to you now, but you can't quite figure out what it does. And then suddenly, he's the guy's kind of like eating this like nasty looking sandwich. Like you don't even know what the meat is that's on it, and there's this like kind of like lettuce and stuff, and it's just like slopping out of the back as he takes a bite. And you see a chunk of it falls onto the pants, and it just slides right off, like there was oil on it. It just shoots off. These are ever clean pants. They don't get dirty.
Oh, wow.
I like the nature of the pants, but I'm afraid that brown really isn't my color. Crasher, do you need pants?
He's just like sniffing a booth somewhere.
Like, but yeah, no, I'd be like, no, I still have my dry pants. I am good.
You seem like the kind of guy that would get your pants dirty a lot. It seems like these might be useful. But if you're sure,
He said track pants. Don't listen to him. He said tribe.
I will. I'll set the pants aside, and I'll say, well, how much? What's your starting price on the ring?
Sorry, my daughter got her tablet real loud.
You're fine.
Let's see for the ring.
I thought Victor. Over there, Sweden squatting over there with the track suit on.
God. I could just picture Crusher with tracksuit pants on. Like
I
an
will
NBA
say-
player.
Hero Forge does have a tracksuit.
I know. I was about to do it. I was about to do it.
Crasher walking straight out of Detroit, 8 Mile.
Walking straight out of the fucking mafia.
He's an
Russian
Eastern. I was gonna say Eastern European from New York. No, okay, my guy. You want some baklava?
Very Green Street hooligans.
That's a great fucking.
Okay, so he's kind of looking at you, and he's like, got his one eye on you. He's kind of looking, and he's like, he's like 7, 8, 6, 3, 38 gold
3.
pieces.
3 sounds great. Actually, well, I don't know. There is a little. See, if you look right here, there's a little bit of a scratch on the ring. Oh, wait. Look how the ring is kind of like little malformed here. Is this pewter? I don't know. I don't know. I can offer you one. 1 gold seems more than enough, especially for a used ring of this nature.
He kind of looks at the ring and looks at you, looks at the ring, looks at you, and he's like, nah. He says, I'll tell you what. I'll give it to you for 30.
30? That's a lot more than 3.
25.
4.
He goes, 28. Final offer.
2, or I walk right now.
10 gold, sir.
10 silver.
He looks at you and looks at the ring. I'll give you the pants for 10 silver.
What do I do with the pants? Do you see what I'm wearing? It's much nicer than these pants.
It's a nice ring.
Is it though?
He puts it on. He's like,
What color did it turn?
it just turns like this red, and then it just starts to like kind of flicker like green. Yeah, like green and yellow for a second.
Look,
And,
sir, it's broken.
That's no good. 10 gold.
10 gold? You just found out it's broken. Now you want to charge me more?
It's still a ring. God dang it.
A ring for who? Broken rings, nobody's business. I'll tell you what. I'll give you 3 gold. It's your first offer.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Oh my god. That's some Una shit right there.
100. I was just thinking. So I was like, Ilea would for sure try and take this dude for everything he fucking could.
I'm going to use a luck, and I'm definitely going to re-roll that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be neat. It's gonna need to be better than that.
There we go.
Ah, there we go.
That's a lot better.
Okay. And you offered 5 gold. Is that what how much did you say?
My last offer was 3, what he said in the beginning.
3 gold.
So, having a hard bargain, and he says 5 gold, and we got a deal.
I'm going to look at him real close. Okay, 5 gold. I was planning on tipping 2 anyway, and I'll give him 5 gold.
Okay. Nice. Thank you.
Tell your friend he had some nice merchandise.
He kind of like
I'll give
starts
him a
looking
wink.
around.
I give him a wink as I say friend, and I'll walk off.
You see him like looking around like frantically, and he just looks at you, kind of stares at you for a second, and he doesn't break eye contact with you as he just starts to slowly roll up the bedroll. He starts to put it away.
Wow.
Oh,
That
Drake,
poor
that's a nice,
man's been
that's a nice
shamed.
ring.
Yeah, it is a nice ring. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, and I put it in my pocket.
Seriously? You fought the man for freaking 25 gold off? God, you ripped him off.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that everything on that table was stolen.
Oh, well then, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
I-
he got
I
it for
mean-
free. He just got 5 gold for pretty much nothing. So we all came out ahead in the end.
Nah, yeah, I think you came out more ahead than he did.
What'd you get?
100%.
I got this really cool short sword that's got some dragon inlay on it. What do you think?
Oh. Looks really nice. Can I? What does this sword do?
It just looks cool.
I would assume that it's off his corpse.
Okay.
I mean,
Do I feel any kind of version of this? This doesn't do like extra damage to dragons or anything, does it?
I
I'll
didn't
just
check
tell
into
you
that.
this is a non-magical item.
Yeah, no.
I think
she
if
just
I have
got it
a
'cause it looks
moment where
cool.
I'm like, oh, yeah, it looks beautiful. It's amazing. I love the iconography. Dragons are one of my favorite, themes.
Look, it's my
kinda.
favorite.
Anyway,
it's my
yeah.
favorite foe. Okay.
I love it, all the depictions of them killing them. Like all these just like beautiful iconographies and just these armies just slaughtering.
Not so much that side of it. Kind of like flying on the wind. Standing
I
outlined
shouldn't
by
interrupt,
sunlight
but
on a mountain.
I couldn't help myself.
Look, you look. What's more
Adorning
ironic than getting
a blade.
like? What's more ironic than killing a dragon with a blade that has a dragon on it? I mean, come on.
I guess it depends on the
just
dragon,
sad.
right?
Yeah, it
Right?
does. And I
Okay,
got this like
okay.
rusted dagger or this
Not
rusted
really.
sword that I'm gonna try to clean up myself. And then I need to get a leatherworking kit and try to fix up some boots for some flats here for Knick-Knack.
Oh, that will be fun. Knick-Knack, I could see obviously what you purchased. You look amazing as usual.
Thank you.
As you guys are kind of discussing what you've got,
Oh,
Crasher,
I got
assume when you-
potions. There's only 3 though, so Al-Anon's not gonna
That'll
be happy
definitely
with
be
that.
handy.
Hey, I'm
Assume-
keeping 1. Y'all can fight over the other 2, but Al-Anon gets first dibs on how many he keeps first.
Oh, I
bought
don't
him
want to
his
fight
money.
anybody.
Yeah, I'm not down to fight anybody.
Oh,
Somebody else just hold on.
Al-Anon didn't buy them for himself. He bought them to put in your guys' pockets, so he didn't have to worry about casting a spell on you.
Okay, with that being said, Laura goes. So who wants these 2
It's-
potions?
It's the military medic rule. You use your patient's health pack before you use your med pack.
Fair.
We'll have Crusher hold on to him. That'll probably do the most good.
Yeah, Knick-Knack's definitely just like looking at Crusher like, we're giving him to this guy, right?
Yeah.
Here,
I-
Crasher. 2 regular healing potions.
No offense, Crusher, but you kind of look like the person that gets hurt a lot.
We watched Crasher fight a freaking like half dragon, didn't we? Like when we
Oh
first
yeah,
met.
yeah. I'm saying that
So-
aside, he just generally has the vibe of a person that
It
gets
was
hurt
a
a lot.
really tiresome fight.
Now I have 2 more. I cannot count, so I do not know how many that makes me have total.
You know what? Why don't we just give 1 to Crasher and 1 to Drake, just in case.
I assume that after you've given those to Crasher, you guys kind of go back to showing each other what you've kind of accrued, and I assume Crasher's probably like sniffing booths as you're walking by. Crasher, you have a guy kind of bump into you, and he's like, "Oi, mate, I got some stuff for sale. You interested?" He's kind of this like dark clothed figure. He's got this like cloak on that kind of covers the top portion of his face.
He's like,
Definitely sliding closer to Crusher.
so you have meat?
Afraid I don't have no meat, but I do have these other things you might be interested in. And he kind of lifts up his jacket, and you can see that there's like several like slots in there. It looks like he has like a playing card set, a dice set. It looks like he's got some like spikes in there, made of metal, and he's got a set of manacles and a couple pouches kind of hanging from uh, some compartments in the jacket.
If Laura sees this passively, because she does have passive perception 15, she's gonna kind of have that weird look on her face of like, and I thought I was weird.
Let me see what he rolls on his check here.
You just like murder this guy and take his stuff, right?
No. Alanon, you're not there.
Yeah, you're able to notice.
Yeah, Laura's got the weird face on. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, with the insight check, I'll say he is piqued to my interest. I'm not sure what the guy's actually offering, but I'll listen to him.
All right, check it out. You see these cards here? He kind of like opens up the box and he starts to like fan the cards out a little bit, and you see they're all the three of diamonds, every card in there. He's just, if you ever need a little boost in a game, you know, maybe this will help you out. And he kind of puts it back into his pocket, and he says he takes one of the dice out. He kind of jiggles it around and he like rolls it into his other hand, and it ends up on 6 every time he rolls it. It looks like a weighted dice.
I think your dice is broken.
Oh no, it's working just fine, mate. Check this out. He rolls it and it's another 6.
He's like, yes, he's not supposed to be different number.
No, you see, that's the trick. You're talking a wee bit loud there, mate.
Laura's going to poke Drake and then point at the dice and giggle.
Of all the people,
I'm gonna give her like a knowing wink.
What's that, Crusher?
Yeah, Drake's definitely the person who he wants to be talking to.
Yeah,
That's why
no, I
Laura's
would-
pointing at them.
like the severely wrong individual.
I would
that
never.
tried
Drake
to
would never
justify this
lower
shit.
himself to use weighted dice. What? That's not a gentleman's game.
It's not fun then.
No,
How
I'm a
much-
purist.
How much for the dice, buddy?
Shit, I talk too loud.
No, I'm just
look,
observant
mate,
as fuck.
right. I could see there's got a bit of spark in your eye. So, okay, yeah, the dice. I was looking to get about 7 copper for them.
I'll give you 5 copper for them.
No deal, sweetheart. I gotta get 7 copper.
All right, fine, 7 it is. I was gonna give you a gold as a tip, but okay, yeah, no, 7's fine.
Ooh, you missed out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get doing business for you, love.
You mind if I ask real quick? Are you a solo act, or do you have a company you work with in town?
Look, mate, I shouldn't be talking to so many at one time. I've always said too much. Anything catching your eye, I gotta get out of here.
Can I insight whenever I asked him that to see if he reacted?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, so he's kind of like just looking around. Looks like he's specifically eyeing the guards that are kind of like around. Like he's not in your your immediate vicinity, but there is some like guards around. You're kind of getting the sense that it's really looked down upon to be this like any kind of shady. Like they looks like there's some kind of like disdain specifically for like thieves and such in this city. Like more than usual.
Well, be on your way then, before you draw too much attention.
Right. Well, I'm glad doing business with you. And he kind of ducks into the crowd and like with his jacket folded up.
Sweet, I got
Definitely
some
gonna-
loaded fucking dice.
I'm definitely gonna clock the way that guy looks, just in case I need that later.
You got a pretty good look at the lower portion of his face, but his eyes were covered with his cloak.
That might have to be creative.
Should have just murdered him, took all his shit.
Wow, Alanon is dark.
You
Alanon's
guys
not
look
there.
over.
We already knew this.
I knew I should have bought him that rat.
This is a very good thing because we are in the middle of a crowded street.
Alanon's hangry back at the stables.
There's,
I can
there's
just tell.
more than one reason I decided to stay with the horses.
Little murderous owl, dude.
You guys hear a voice kind of calling next to you as a lady kind of passes by, and you hear her yelling, "There's flowers here. I got flowers. Anyone looking for a flower?"
Oh, ma'am, can I get your moment?
So, hello, love. Would you like a flower? There were only one copper.
Yeah, I would love to take one. And while I have you, can you please tell me where the Black Antlers Tavern is?
Sure thing, love. You just go north over there on Maiden Street. You just follow it up. You'll keep going north. You'll hit the river. You go across the bridge. Just as it bends back to the south, you'll see the antlers over on on your left.
I'll give her. I'll hand her 5 copper and take one of the flowers.
Oh, it's such a sweet lad. And she hands you like she starts to pull out a flower, and she says, "Oh no, this one won't do." And she kind of like rummages around through like her basket and picks out the nicest one she can find and hands it to you. It's a decent flower.
Oh, thank you very much. And a tip for a beautiful woman.
She kind of just gives you like a small like tap on the shoulder, and she continues on walking away. You hear her voice disappear into the crowd as she's saying, "Flowers, I got flowers."
I'll take out my dagger. I'll cut the stem short and then turn around to Knick-Knack and go, "May I?"
May you what?
And then I'll slide the flower over his ear. There you go.
Oh.
To the tavern.
Yeah. Should we
real-
get Alan on before we go to the tavern? You know, since he's hiding in the stables.
Real quick, I think Knick-Knack was looking for a hat. I'll see.
Yeah.
What you get.
Yeah, I was
Knick-Knack
just looking
for a hat.
for little hats.
Hey, Darth, check the chat.
Oh God.
Okay, give me 1 second. Sorry, I'm messing with my monies.
Okay. So here we are. Right. Oh, here we go. Okay. So for the hat, you find 3 different hats through various merchants there, Knick-Knack. You find one that's kind of just like a beanie type of style. That one runs about 3 silver. You find another one that's kind of like this. It kind of looks like a Gandalf's hat, like it's a gray, like wide-brimmed hat that like hangs over. That one runs about 5 silver, and then you find this kind of nicer, like beige-colored, like it looks like a golfer's cap, kind of, and it's gonna run about 8 silver.
I would like to buy the Gandalf hat and the little golf hat. The golf hat is for Duck Duck. The wizard's hat is for Alanon.
All
God
right.
damn it.
Whether he wears it or not, irrelevant.
So that is a total of 13
I'm for
silver.
sure gonna wear it. Like, it'll be pretending to be reluctant at first, but he likes it.
Yeah. So you guys are gonna pick up Al-Anon and head towards the tavern, you say?
I would say that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, if you
No.
if you think he'll want to come along, we can head over there.
Nope. You would see him like with a ridiculous amount of barley and wheat growing around him as he's like feeding all the horses, and then just in the middle of the barn is set up like a still, like, and he's just like
looking filthy.
and yeah, like he's just like head to toe covered in dirt, like, and like it's like a still that has like a half full jar full of like what you would assume is alcohol, but it's completely wet all around the still, and it reeks of alcohol.
Oh.
I'm not going in there.
Al-Anon! What the fuck? Dude!
I was making alcohol.
I know,
Oh,
but
I also fed the horses good wheats.
Nice. Hey, we're going to the tavern. Come on, we need you to, tell the guy your story of like what you saw in the cave.
Well, see, how I see it is that I told you guys the story. Therefore, I didn't have to tell anybody else anything. I just get to pretend like it's just us on a journey, and that would be cool. Frank can come. He's cool. He's just like talking about the stable hand, like just like Frank's cool. Like, but other than that, I don't know.
Are you
That's
drunk?
a lot, right? No, I don't. I don't actually drink. I just have an astute fear of the unknown.
Well, can I share a secret with you? And she'll like get down, whisper quietly in his ear.
That's kind of terrifying. It's like, just the unknown right there.
I get chased out of every town I go in, except for, Greenest recently. So, I'm terrified of cities too, and the unknown. You know what? Until they chase you out, there's nothing to be scared of now, is there?
Yeah, but I don't want them chasing me in the first place. That's the fear.
Well, fear is meant to be conquered. Unless you're instead of being an owl, you're a chicken.
I could kill you with my mind. I won't.
And I can keep the 100 gold that I have left over from buying potions for people.
You bought the potions?
Yes, I did. And she holds 100 gold, in an extra money pouch and shaking it.
So you could have bought more potions.
The guy only had 3 that I found.
Oh, then you're gonna have to buy some more.
Well,
I'll go with you.
I'm not.
I don't like it. I'm going to be on the rooftops. Come on, Droop. And he picks up Droop. Just flies to the rooftop.
I mean, if you'd like, you can turn into a small animal or something and ride one of our backpacks or something.
Yeah.
You said I have to say things to them. But so
Well, maybe
do
we'll
I
see
have
if
to
we
be
can get a
there or
private
not?
room. Maybe we'll see if we can get a private room at the tavern or something so that you can not have to be around a bunch of people.
Okay, I'll be on the roof. You guys tell me if that works out.
We can't
Fair
hear
enough.
you if you're on the roof, Al-Anon.
Fine, I'll
Well-
be on the roof until we get there.
I guess we can, try to get a room upstairs and maybe have you pop your head in the window and be all creepy like.
Well, I mean, I'll go inside when we actually get there, but until we get there, I'll be on the roofs.
Alright.
All right, so we're heading to
Laura
the
gives up.
tavern. But Al-Anon's staying on the rooftops as you make your way there, I take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he acquiesced to going inside the tavern, but he's not going to be in the streets. So.
Is there
Whatever
anything you
room-
guys... Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead, sorry.
Laura would inquire for a room if they have any available upstairs.
Okay.
So that way, Alanon can at least be in a room. And while they're walking, she's going to ask Knickknack to please prestidigitate Alanon so he ain't smelly or gross anymore.
He's super smelly and gross.
Yeah, I
Hey.
gotta fix that shit.
I assume Knickknack would happily oblige.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are heading north on the Maiden's Bridge Street. So you guys come up onto the bend here. Make your way across the bridge, and as the bend turns south, on the left side, you do see a swinging sign that kind of dances in the wind that says "A pair of black antlers."
Perfect.
I would assume that it's been over an hour, so I'm resummoning Droop at this point in time as my what do you call those things that you keep with you when you're feeling upset?
A comfort plushie?
This is my comfort companion.
Companion animal.
Yeah, companion animal.
Okay. Are you summoning him on the roof with you, or are you going inside the?
No,
building?
we'll wait until they tell me whether or not I have to go inside. But so I'm waiting on, like, I'm gargoyling on the edge of the roof with Droop.
Well, after a long week's travel, you guys find yourself at the door of the, as the locals call them, the Antlers Tavern. Yeah, waiting to go inside.
I just yell like, "Do I have to go?"
Laura just
We'll
gives
call
a
you
nod.
we'll call you if we need you.
Okay, I'll
Wherever-
be here.
Wherever you're comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going back to the stables. He just takes off.
Okay.
No, I'm just fucking around with that last one. Because like, that is where he feels the most comfortable for sure in this whole city. But like, I understand that that's not, like, he has a job to do, and it's kind of like the overriding his natural instincts of like, I hate all of this. So he'll go down inside with everybody, but he's holding Droop tight.
So yeah, I think right here is a good point to stop at for this week, and we will pick it up right there next week.
Yeah.
Sweet. Thanks
All
so
the
much.
employees inside of the
Yeah.
place all over.
This is fun.
Oh yeah, thought we'd make it to the tavern a little earlier, but that's okay.
No,
it was
I had a
shopping.
great time.
Yeah, got a little shopping done. Definitely well needed. You guys are going to be on a long leg of the adventure after this, so it's good to get it out of the way now.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. We get to have a good time. I'm always here to draw it out and enjoy every moment a little bit more. So
Yeah, I like the little bit of character building, because that was an aspect of my character I never thought about before. And I was like, no, we are going to be going through a lot of large cities, and like, I already played out that my character doesn't know what people are. And so, like, I was just like, nah, he would be not okay with that. Like,
I'm
Laura
here
gets
to be
chased out of
pampered.
places because of what she looks like. Because she looks like a little freaking devil. So she gets it.
yeah, I think this is gonna be cool.
I'm just hoping I didn't have some waitress here and completely forget about it.
But that would be so great for us if that did happen. Honestly,
Would it?
now that you've stated this as a character, I'm just saying, DM, we should do a roll for every city. Just in
let's-
case Drake had an illicit tryst in that city.
I'm just saying that there might be a few dragonborn sorcerers in my past. Okay, like it
I'm
happens.
just
It
saying
happens.
that it would be fucking hilarious to have a D20 roll to be like, oh, I went into a bar, like, oh, Sharon?
I told you.
Fuck.
Sorry, I don't. I thought I had the message spell, but I don't. Like I completely.
Sending
wasn't
is way
thinking.
out of my depth, girl. I'm just, like I used to be that guy, but now
thought
I'm just this guy.
I thought I'd be further along in magic by now. I'm sorry, baby. Come on.